Zion going back to school?
No, I don't. Because the thing is, Skip, the ping pong ball, even if he went back, first of all, you can't. If Zion hadn't signed with an agent, Skip, he had gone, let's just say for the sake of argument, he's going to go 13th or something.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
How do you improve your draft stock over being the number 1 overall pick? And the risk versus the reward. Some shoe company is about to hand this young man, here you go, son, $100 million.
Whew.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn that down to go back and play for Duke for free. Well, not really free, but you know what I'm talking about, Skip. Why? With the money that you see with DeAndre Ayton, so he'll probably get 10, 15% increase over what Ayton got last year. Dude about to get 35, 40 million guaranteed plus another 100 million from a shoe deal. Mm-hmm. Why would I even think about going back to Duke? And then again, Skip, there is no guarantee that if he went back, that he could get the Knicks would be in position to get him, or the Lakers, or the Celtics, or he get an opportunity to go to some team that he really wants to play for. His father said, I call him his father because I guess he's been there long enough, he's raised it. My grandfather used to tell me, son, you eat my food, you live in my roof, you my kid, you my son. So his dad said he's very happy to be in New Orleans.
Yep.
Now, maybe, what's he supposed to say? Hell no, we hate it here. Saying all the right things. But I do not see this as even a remote possibility. Why in the hell would I go back to Duke? Now, Skip, I love college. Love college. Had a great time. Never in your life again you would have that much fun as the 4 years I had in college. Okay, 4 years in a semester. A quarter system back then. Never had that much fun again, Skip. Never, ever.
You must not have gone to class.
Needed extra time? Or?
What? I had with the class, Skip, I stayed in class. You know me, Skip. Front of the classroom. Front of the class. Calling on me.
Front row?
Teachers calling on me left and right. Mr. Sharp, do you know the answer? I sure do. But he doesn't. But that's not here nor there, Skip. Why would he go back to Duke and turn down a $100 million sneaker deal and probably another $40 million guaranteed from the Pelicans? Because what? To hope that the Knicks are terrible again and be in position to draft him? Hope the Lakers are terrible again? That's not going to happen. Braun won't let that happen on his watch. No. So this makes no sense to me. I mean, we're talking about it, but I don't even see this in the realm of probability.
And I do see it as a viable, credible threat because just a few days ago, Zion told Slam Magazine, and I'm going to read the quote. Zion said, I mean this 100% when I say it. If I could come back for a second year, meaning at Duke, and play, I would. Being at Duke was a dream come true for me. It was the best year of my life, to your point that you just made. And he continues, Zion, unfortunately, that's not the reality we live in. So he's saying in his heart of hearts, he would love to go back and play again.
Yes.
He missed a chunk of it when his shoe blew up and his foot blew up or whatever happened.
2 weeks.
Yeah. And yet, remember what I was saying, hey, young man, just shut it down.
Yes.
And nope, he said, I want to be there for my guys,
way.
right? I want to play. And he came back and played and risked that much.
Yeah.
So is it a viable, is it a potential threat? Sure, it's a potential threat.
But
depending on what's in his heart now about New Orleans. What's in your heart about New Orleans is you say it's the wrong place to be. It's the smallest market in the NBA.
Yeah, but
right?
But how? I mean, look, we've seen this before. We saw Dominique didn't want to go to the Jazz. He goes back. We don't. Danny Ferry didn't want to play. He went overseas.
He went to Italy.
Yeah,
okay, this is more viable because you don't have to go to China or Europe.
Right.
You just say, I can go back to where I really loved it.
To play for free.
Yeah. Well,
the whole purpose, Skip.
You say for free, but you don't think there are deals being made everywhere?
Hold on, Skip. When we say play for, come on, Skip. We can't put the NCAA and Duke on blast like that. But let's just say it.
Okay, here's the point of this.
Yeah.
This young man now has the most power of any young man ever approaching an NBA draft.
Yes.
Even more than LeBron had, because if LeBron wanted to force his way here or there, what's his option? What's he going to say? Is he going to go to China at age 18? Is he going to do big baller brand and go to Lithuania?
It was ideal for LeBron because his hometown team.
It was perfect. I agree.
Maybe if Atlanta,
okay,
Atlanta had got the #1 pick. I believe Atlanta or the Knicks
Okay.
He's happy.
Okay.
He's doing
Well, It
cartwheels.
seemed like, but I don't have any way to prove this. It looked like, just looking at his eyes and his countenance, that he got his heart set on going to the Big Apple.
Yes.
You know, he wanted to play the Palace in New York.
Because everybody like
We
Skip,
all
they,
hyped it up.
they make it seem like it was like it was the Cardinals.
Yeah.
We knew from
Did
day
you?
one, from the moment the season ended, the Cardinals had the #1 pick.
Okay.
The Knicks never had the #1 pick. They had a 14% chance of
Okay.
getting that.
I got it. But is there potential here for him to power play his way into a trade to, let's say, the Knicks? Sure there is. You'd need a viable threat. You need to say, I'll just go back to Duke then. If you're going to push me to the wall, I'll just go back and play for Duke for a year. Is it credible? I think it is credible. Does he seem like a kid with high character? He does, where his principles would be
Yeah,
so
would
strong
matter.
where he'd say,
So you trying to
okay.
tell the man to pull an Elway or Eli?
Okay, and I'm glad you brought those up, because people do need to remember that way back in your sport, that there is real big precedence for this,
Yeah.
because just for those who forgot, your quarterback that you won 2 Super Bowls with, his father just said, you're not going to play for the Baltimore Colts. They're in
Baltimore at the time.
because Frank Cush was the head coach, and he was a tyrant of a taskmaster.
Yes.
And remember, John's father was a
Jack.
coach, Jack, and he just said, no, you're not going to play for that man. The weird part about it was that man lasted only 1 more year,
Right.
and then they only lasted 1 more year, and
Right.
they went to Indy.
Right.
So John Elway effectively could have been Peyton before Peyton in Indianapolis.
Correct.
If he'd just gone ahead and bitten the bullet and done.
No way.
Okay, right? So they just say, no, we're not going to do that, and they force the trade, and it comes back that they get Chris Hinton, and they got that Ron
Traded
Salt.
Mark Herman.
Yeah, and Mark Herman is a backup quarterback, but they got 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen back, so not bad. But then the Eli deal in 2004, and I don't know, Archie, the father, has said again and again, I didn't have anything to do with this. It was Tom Condon, but it was mostly my son just wanted to play in New York.
Right.
And he thought it was a better fit with the Giants than it would have been for him with San Diego.
Let's just put it like this. Archie and A.J. Smith did not get along.
Okay.
That was very...
Whatever happened, it fell completely apart.
Yes.
And yet Eli, to his credit, he just said, I'm not going there.
Right.
And I didn't see what was wrong with I love San Diego. I mean,
Right.
it's a great place to live.
I think it had a lot to do with that he didn't want his 2 sons in the AFC.
Okay, you could certainly make that case. So they force a trade, and they trade 1 to the 4th pick, and they get Phillip Rivers. That's not a bad trade-off, right? And then they get Nate Kading, who became a Pro Bowl kicker, and they get our guy Sean Merriman.
got lights
Okay,
out.
all right.
Who was
Well,
the
let's-
defensive rookie of the year
okay,
and
so
the all-pro player.
That's a pretty good
deal, yeah.
right? And especially as you look back on the careers, even though Eli gave you 2 magical moments, right?
Yeah.
2 moments, but he's given you a lot of misery
Right.
too, right?
Yes,
And
absolutely.
Phillip Rivers just keeps on keeping on at a pretty high level, but he's never given you any magic moments.
Right.
But whatever, they pulled it off in your league, and your league is a tough league to pull something off in.
Right.
So could you do this if you really cared about it? Again, I told you yesterday, I don't have any issue with I like New Orleans. I love the city, and I think that they could turn the basketball team into the football team's fervor and emotion and love.
But what I need you to help me to understand, why would he even think about this if it's such a great place to play? Because you want Anthony Davis to stay.
Yeah.
So why would Zion even broach the subject of going somewhere else?
Well, I don't want Anthony Davis to stay. I just think he would want to. He should want
But
to.
you say Zion could possibly be contemplating going back to school.
Okay, I'm just saying there's a way out of this if you want.
But why
because
should there
of the
be a
power
way?
of the
Why
power.
should there be a way if New Orleans is such a great place to
Okay,
be?
I
And there
agree
are-
with that. I'm just saying this is the one kid who's got a way out of this. Usually you just don't. It's just too hard to force your way out. But he's got real power.
Yeah.
Right?
He does, but what I'm trying to get you to help me understand, New Orleans is this up-and-coming team.
Yep.
This is a great place to
Okay.
be. Why would that even cross his mind?
Well, maybe it hasn't, because according to his stepfather on a Baton Rouge radio station, it hasn't crossed his mind. That they're looking, he said, we're looking forward to getting down there and getting settled.
Excited.
Okay? They're excited. So I agree. I'm just saying there is a viable option because he does love Duke.
2 years.
I don't think the kid would be miserable 1 more year at Duke. I
No,
don't.
but-
Would it be a risk? Sure it would. Yeah, we get that.
Normally, people don't take $150 million risk
understand.
to play for a couple of $100,000 or whatever. They give him
Okay.
a pat on the back.
Okay.
you are not willing to assume
Okay,
those
I
risks.
saw Sam Bradford go back to University of Oklahoma to say, let's right the wrong and let's go win this thing. And it paid off for him. They didn't win. They fell apart, as you could predict, because it never seems to work better the second time around.
Or we see guys come back, Skip, for the Heisman Trophy, win
Yeah.
it 1 year, never win it the second
Yeah.
year, or they finish second, says,
Okay.
I want to come back, and they
Okay,
never get the
but
fairy tale.
Sam Bradford survived, and he got $50 million guaranteed as the first overall pick.
Yeah.
So it worked out for him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just saying it worked out.
But see, I don't think Sam Bradford was still looking at it like, I don't want to go play with this team.
No, he wasn't. He
So-
just wanted to go stay with his. But there was a lot of Zion going on where I love my school. I want to be true to my school. He grew up in Oklahoma City. He wanted to go win a national
Right.
championship.
Yes.
No, it didn't work out.
That's asking an awful lot, Skip. Especially, and even when Dominique did what he did, I mean, back in '82, and when Danny Ferry did what he did, I think that was '86. Skip, the money wasn't like it is now. This kid is about to be the biggest endorsee as a rookie
Okay.
since LeBron James.
All right.
$100 million
Okay.
off the top.
All right. I got
To
it.
go back to Duke, Skip, I love Duke. But trust me, what's he going back to play? Because Zion Williamson is farther away from his degree than when he went. We know Zion went to Duke to stay eligible to play basketball and go to the NBA. And had he not been forced to go to Duke,
Yeah.
he'd went straight to the NBA. But
Okay.
but those are the rules.
All right.
So what would he go back for? What did he hope to accomplish? The play that says, I don't want to go to New Orleans? And forego $150 million? Nah.
You would just have to play chicken with David Griffin and just say, hey, if you don't trade me, I'm going back. And if you got pushed to the wall, you just have to go back.
2 to 3 years after he signs that first mega
Yep.
rookie deal, he'll be up out of there.
Okay, well, that's.